All right, we are back. Happy Thursday. Today we're going to be working on combining like terms to create, get ready to create equivalent expressions, which is what we're going to be working on tomorrow. This lesson is review for everyone. Shouldn't take you quite as much time as the last 2 days' lessons, so this one will be a little bit quicker. As always, please start by typing in your answer for number 1. For number 2, write down your questions on your piece of lined paper, and then once you've written them down and solved them, you should come back and unpause. So right now, go ahead and pause. Okay, welcome back. Let's check our answers. This was the PDN. Number 2, A, says x minus 4.5 equals 9.6. Draw my line, start on this side because it is the operation. It's subtraction. I'm going to change it to addition, add 4.5, and I get x. If I added 4.5 on that side, I need to add 4.5 on this side. 1, carry my 1, 14, bring down my decimal. Answer for number 1 is 14.1. For letter B, 8g equals 34. Draw my line. Start on the side with the variable, that's multiplication. Inverse operation multiplication is division, divide by 8, I get g. 34 divided by 8. This is going to require a little scrap work. Off to the side, 34 divided by 8. It goes in 4 times. 4 times 8 is 32. Subtract and I get 2. 4 things I need to do. Put a decimal, bring it up. Put a 0, bring it down. 8 goes into 20. 2 times 8 is 16. I still have a remainder of 4. Can't have a remainder of 4. So got to bring down another 0. 8 goes into 45 times. 5 times 8 is 40. And now I'm done with that problem, which means my answer is g equals 4.25. Double check that you have the correct answers and that you've written the correct answers on your computer screen. Okay, today we are working on combining like terms. Things to remember: terms that have the same variable are called like terms. In order to simplify expressions, we always combine like terms. Terms are only considered like terms if their variables have the same exponent, and terms without variables are always like terms. Okay, I saw the examples on my computer, so I'm going to go ahead and write down here the examples. I want to be super careful that I'm copying down my examples exactly like they are written on the computer or tablet. It says 5y plus 7x plus 3 plus 4x plus 2. I have to think to myself, what are sets of like terms? The first like terms I see are 7x and 4x. I can combine those because they both have an x. 7x plus 4x is going to give me 11x. I also have another set of like terms. I have this 3, which has no variable, and that's similar to the 2, which has no variable. Remember, whenever the terms don't have any variable at all, they're like terms. 5y, I kind of just got to leave alone because there's no like term to combine it with. So I'd write 5y plus, combine my like terms of 7x and 4x to get 11x, plus 3 plus 2 is 5. That's my final answer. On the computer, I'm going to type in 5y plus 11x plus 5. That'll be my final answer for that one. Okay, I'm now copying down number 2. Number 2 says 7s plus 8g plus 10s minus 5 plus 12g. Okay, I'm going to start with my s's. I see that I have a 5s, draw a box around it, and I have a 10s, draw a box around it. Okay, any other sets of like terms? I see the g's. This is 8g and 12g. And then the minus 5 is just going to have to stay alone because there is no like term. I'll start with my s's, 7 s's, to add 10 s's to it. You have 17 s's plus 8g and 12g. Combine those together, I get 20 g's. Must be nice. And then I just have subtract 5 left. That's my final answer. That's what I want to write down on my classwork packet. Okay, those are your examples. Just like every other day, you have a problem set 1. You're going to want to complete the problem set on your piece of paper. When you are done, you'll unpause the video and come back to check your answers. Go ahead and pause your video now. Okay, welcome back. We are going to combine our like terms. Again, this is practice 1. I want to be super careful that I'm writing them down exactly like they were on the computer. Number 1 says 13x plus 3y plus 2x. My like terms here are the x's, so I get 15x plus 3y. Number 2 says 9y plus 4y plus 5x. My like terms are 4y and 9y. I get 13y plus 5x. Final answer. Number 3 said 9x plus y minus 3x. My like terms were 9x and 3x. If you put 12x, you weren't being careful because it's 9x not plus 3x, but subtracting 3x's. If I have 9x's and I take away 3 of them, I'm left with 6x. And then I can't forget about the plus y. Final answer is 6x plus y. Number 4 says 17x minus 5x plus 3y minus y plus 2x. It's going to be really important that we annotate this one because there's a lot going on here. So 17x and 5x are like terms, and then I don't want to forget about the 2x over here. And then right here I have 3y minus y. Okay, 17x minus 5x is 12x, but then I can add 2 more of those back on, 13, 14x plus 3y. Taking away a y. Remember that anytime we don't see a coefficient, the coefficient is 1, so 3y minus 1y is just 2y. If I have 3 y's and I take one of them away, I'm left with 2 of them, 2y. 14x plus 2y is the final answer. Number 5 says 13x squared plus 3y plus x minus 6x squared. Okay, looking for like terms. I have 13x squared and I have minus 6x squared. Notice that I did not circle x. I didn't draw a box around x because x squared is not a like term with x. I cannot combine the two because x squared is not the same as x. 13x squared minus 6x squared. I have 13x squared, so I'm taking away 6 of them. I'm left with 7x squared plus 3y plus x. That is my final answer. Make sure you have put your answers on the computer. And then when you are ready, you'll start at practice set 2. Make sure that you are writing down the problems on your piece of paper and then solving them. You'll pause the video and come back. Notice for number 5, it asks you for your correct answer. You'll put A, B, C, or D. Okay, go ahead and start with number 1 by pausing your video now. Okay, what's that? It's extra credit alert. Today's extra credit due between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Thursday, 847-769-4731. You're going to text me what is a good idea for an extra credit for next week. So you've kind of figured out the parameters at this point that if you text me, you get extra credit as long as you follow the directions. So give me some ideas for next week. Best ones will get bonus points other than just the original extra credit. As always, once you text me, I'll text back and let you know how your grade has changed. Okay, time to check our answers for problem set 2, Number 1, 2y squared plus 4y plus 7y. Oh, gotta be careful when we're copying them down. Plus 7y plus 4y plus 6y squared. I have 2 sets of like terms here, the y squareds and the y's. The y's and the y squareds are not the same. I can't combine them because one's y squared and one's y. 2y squared plus 6y squared gives me 8y squared, plus 4y plus 7y is 11y. That's my final answer. I can't combine those because y squareds and y's are not the same thing. Number 2, x squared plus 7y minus 4y plus 9x squared. I have x squared here and x squared here. This one doesn't have a coefficient on it, but that's okay. I know that anytime there's no coefficient, the coefficient is 1. 1x squared plus 9x squared gives me 10x squared, and then I can still combine these ones as well. 7y minus 4y equals 3y, so I have plus 3y. Final answer. Number 3, 14x minus 3x plus 2y minus y plus 3x. My x's, I have these x's here, and I have an x down here. 14x minus 3x is 11x, and then I add 3 x's back on to get back up to 14x. I still have my y's. 2y minus one of those y's leaves me with just 1y. I can also think of this as 1y. 2y minus 1y is 1y. Number 4, 18x squared plus 3y plus x plus 6x squared plus 7y. Let's see here. I got an x squared here and an x squared here. 18x squared plus 6x squared is 24x squared. Okay, I have 3y and a 7y. 3y plus 7y is 10y. What do I have left? Just this x. I cannot combine it with this section because that's an x squared and this is just an x, so I just got to leave the x alone. That's your final answer. Number 5 got a little bit trickier because now we had a multiple choice. My question was 8k, that's not a k, 8k squared plus 4k plus 3k to the third plus k to the second minus k plus 5. All right, k squared. I have a k squared here, I'll draw a box around. I have a k squared here, I'll draw a box around. Those two together give me 9k squared. Let's see, 4k. I have a 4k here, and then I'm subtracting a k here, which leaves me with 3k. Okay, 3k to the third power, or 3k cubed. I have no other 3k cubed, so I just gotta leave that as 3k cubed, and then adding 5. When I look at my answers, this, what I wrote right there, isn't actually any of my choices here. So I'm gonna go back and look at this while I'm looking at the screen. I know there's 3k to the cubed, 9k squared, and 3k. Let me check, are any of the answers have 3k cubed, 9k squared, and 3k? Yes. And then it says plus 5 as well. So my final answer that I should type in is C. C. Okay, that's our lesson for today. Once you feel like you have that down, if you have questions, you should wait to take the exit ticket and join our Google Hangout at 11:15. It's on Thursday, 11:15 to 11:45. If you do not have questions, you can go ahead and do your exit ticket. Make sure that you put your answers on the computer screen so that I can check it. You should, as always, solve them on your piece of paper, but then put your final answers on the computer screen. And when you finish, you should be working on Order of Operations Challenge. That's your second to last con assignment for this week. Tomorrow, you'll take a con quiz that's based off of these 4 objectives. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to text me, 847-769-4731. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.